here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Right. I'm so sorry. The door went just as I was about to click on the button to go live. The door went vape mail. Thank you to Vaporoni in Edinburgh. This is the XO. This is the XO RBA. Patrons unboxing tomorrow. Right. Here we go. Here we go. Do I need any moderators in chat? I don't want to make Dominic a moderator, because that spanner, that's just chaos. It's just chaos. Anyway, good evening, hello, and welcome to a completely, what started off as a good idea for a vlog earlier on, and has I just don't know how I'm going to do this now. There we go, standard. Doink. Here we go. Right, I can close all this down. I can close that down. I can close that down. Need to leave that open. I need to doink. Right, here we go. Hello to everybody in chat that is here. I actually thought that since it was a beautiful day in the UK that everybody would be out getting pished and not be watching this. So, damn it. Right, we've got live chat. We've got people right up the top. We've got people that have put what they like. We've got Hartgen. I always say that wrong. I always say that wrong. Oh, Gareth Lynn was here. Cheryl, Rob, Witcho. Witcho, I'm sorry. As you know, English is not my first language, so if I get words wrong, I apologise. There's Ryan. Rifleman. Bob, the voice of reason, as always. Dave, alright, Fleet, your doodah got picked up today. Your doodah got picked up today. Martin, Mr. Shaves. I don't want to know what it is you shave, but you shave. Martin, who we got? Thijs Fronman. I've just murdered that. I apologise for getting that wrong. The Razors. Hatman. Hello ha. Andy, Dom, Rob, Destroy, Josh. Josh, if I find any memes off the back of this, we shall be having words. None, if you don't mind. Who have I missed? Ian. Hello, Ian. Andy. We've got Andy. We've got Ian. Nick. All right, Nick. Nick, your toys went off today as well. Cheryl. We've got Cheryl. We've got Beck. Joni. Clucking Bell. The best name ever. Clucking Bell. And Mo is here. TJ. What an awesome name. Will and is it Min? Just Min, you dropped the H. I don't know. If only Daniel was here to keep me right. Vapenbic is here. And Andrew and Murray. Why? Where have you all come from? Right. I need a vape. I have juice. We have somebody thinks mouth to lung rules. please. You'll be telling me that you use temperature control next. Yes, I need a vape. Today, I am vaping with. No. Rewind. The purpose of this video is I have nothing to review. And because I've nothing to review, I thought there's nothing worse than leaving static on a channel. Those of you that do any kind of YouTube know that. If there's just nothing there happening, then your channel just dies. I mean, give it a couple of weeks with nothing and you're... Anyway, so, because obviously I'm all about the numbers and the subscribers, so I thought, I'll do this. I realised it was middle of August, and I used to, halfway through the year, would go through and say, well, what's been really good this year? Well, obviously I missed it this year. I'm a bit late. So I thought I would go back, I would look at what's come in since January, and just scan through, see what I've kept, and see what's gone, and then find out from you what your favourite bits of gear this year are. I know a lot of this depends which circles you hang about in the vape world, who you listen to, and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to swear there. For me, I would say, I think for me the best thing about this year so far is, should I keep this for the end? I'll keep it for the end. I'll have a vape and then we'll crack on. I'm vaping on possibly the best RTA ever made. Some people may disagree. Some people may be sitting with using it every day with their hands covered in e-liquid. But I'm vaping on the Har. This is a prototype. This is by Mod Forge. It's a 3D print. It's this is a variation of this will be coming soon from Mod Forge or Mod Dog, Pulsar, and all that fame. So I've been using the Har for the past 48 hours and really enjoying it. Joni, honest opinion. You never ever start off that. Never ask a question with honest opinion. By that, do you think I would lie to you? I would never lie to you. I would always tell you the truth. Ryan, best single coil RTA. It's the only one. Dominic, how are you finding the new juice from Darkstar? Yes, I bought 3 juices from Darkstar. They're going to have to steep for a very long time, I think. One of them was Cerberus. Now, I've used Cerberus before, and I actually quite liked it, but just out the bottle, it's just tasted of nothing at all. And I'm also vaping on the Rift, and inside the Rift is the Sync RBA by Link, the people that did the Eden and the Reading RBA. This is their new one. This is the it's not out yet. This is a kind of like a prototype tester version. So I'm vaping on that, and oh my god, the Americans are on. They're on one. They're reminiscing about Plumes of Hazard. That's it. I do miss Plumes of Hazard. I used to love that show. I really did. And just such sound blokes. Salt of the earth. Salt of the earth. Right. Shall we do this? Shall we do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I'll crack on. What we'll do towards the end is, or I'll stop at some points I'll go back because a lot of people listed what their faves so far this year have been in Facebook, and I'll go back and I'll read through some of that. But we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Right. So I need to do a bit of that and a bit of that. See? Professional. Professional. And hello to people that are just joining in. Hello. Why am I'm sitting up straight, but I'm at night. Oh well. Can't have it always. Right. I can't see the screen. Hang on a second. Yep, I can see that. I can see that. Can you see that? The coil, the Colt RBA in the bottom left hand corner? That was the 1st of January from this year. That was the very, very first review I did this year. I'm just going to scroll. You're going to see every review that I've been done this year. I'm not going to stop in every single one. I'm going to skip over a lot of them, to be fair. So we'll just go with the flow. And if I have said object in my possession, then I shall... It's stuck. The reviewer's squint. He's not. He's bent. Right. Here we go. Let's start this off. The Colt RBA was the first one out the door. Oh. And I still have it. The reason I still have it is because I know how much Gus loves me. And there's nothing better in this world than having the love of a Frenchman. Actually, pretty sure he thinks I'm an arsehole, but there we go. I didn't plan to keep this because short and sweet version is that anything that needs a 0.9 uses 0.9 grub screws. I hate with a passion. I'm not going to lie. This is the only one left that I've got. Yeah. Even though it's really pretty and it vapes really well and I've enjoyed it, it is one that will probably go just because it's just the 0.9. They round off so easy, and it's not just in the Colt, but Mobs, the Eden, all these kind of, if you use a complex coil, they just tend to round. So even though I rate the flavour from it, and I like Gus, I probably won't keep this for much longer. But I will always keep the RBA, the RDA, which the name has just gone out of the Leon RDA, which is superb, absolutely superb. The cowbell more cowbell. Okay, here we go. So we had the Colt. The era. Now, I've kept this as well. This is one I've kept because it's by Metal Madness Vapors, and I have a soft spot for Metal Madness Vapors. I've been doing reviews for them for must be over a decade now. I know a lot of people weren't a huge fan of the exposed on the 3 sides, but if you get the right tank in there, then it was nice. The firing button was in an excellent location. I loved the block that I got, and yeah, it's hi John. TJ got his Diplomat RDL. Oh, nice one. Oh, it's a cracker, isn't it? It's a cracker. It's a cracker. Who said that? Frank. No. Who said it's a cracker? Jesus God. Memory's going. So, there we go. There's a couple of things that I've still kept. Going up that list. The Shift Sub-Tank by Vapors Cloud. I also still have. We're going to this one. Sorry. No, we're going to this one. There you go. The shift sub tank. Was that the first time I used the PC coils? So that's all year I've kind of been using them. I still use them and I still rate them. I know it's a hard thing to do to say rate coils and whatnot, because I mean I really rate the coils and I still use them, but then I can go into a review and somebody will just post utter shite, hate them, they're crap. But so that's almost 8 months that I've been using them and I still use them. Yeah, TJ, it's bang on. It is bang on. Frank Carson, thank you so much. How could I forget that? That was part of my childhood. Frank Carson. So there we go. Yeah, there's a shift. I'm going to skip the pods. The reason I'm skipping through pods is because I don't use pods really outside doing a review or testing them. I'll get a pod in, I'll use it for a week, I'll do a review in it, and that's really it. There's not many. In fact, yeah, that's just personal taste. I'll review them, but it's not something I'll use unless I'm going to the airport. If I'm going to the airport, I always use a pod to get me from here to the airport and to wherever I'm going. Adrian's here. Woohoo! Hi, Adrian. Rifleman, you're absolutely right. It's everybody's opinion's going to be, yeah. One of the few RDAs. Now, there wasn't many RDAs this year. I still have this RDA, and it's right in front of me. And why can't I see it? Oh, there it is. I knew I kept it. The Jozu, by Jozu and Zoo Mods. I like Zoo Mods. He's a cracking lad, and the stuff's always finished really well. And it's one of the cloudier RDAs that I have, and I've kept it just because it's a 22mm one, and if I want to blow more clouds, more direct lung, I prefer to do RDL as standard. But if I want to do a bit of DL, it's really, really smooth, and it's very, very well made. Drunken Monkey, a borrow device equals a large capacity rebuildable pod. Well, actually, a borrow device was, for a very, very long time, was just a large capacity carto tank. And yeah, I mean, if you want to take it down to that level, I mean, everything is just a coil with wicking material and juice and a bit of old voltage behind it. Right, so there we go. What else did we get? Oh, now this is the one that could put the cat amongst the pigeons. This is my Asylum RTA, and yes, I have cleaned all my RTAs. Those of you that listen to me anytime or in Patreon and all that kind of stuff, and I say this in the review, the Asylum RTA is, they took the best parts of all the posh Atties, all the good Atties over the past 18 months, let's say 2 years. They took the best parts of all of them and they made it into one. And for that reason, for me this year so far, it's up there. It really is up there. I think it's up there as one of my favourite RTAs. Don't worry about the top O-ring if it breaks, by the way. You don't need it. We'll not get into that. But I still stand by it that I think the Asylum RTA is tremendous, and it's made in China, and yes, it's over £100, and there's many people that get their knickers in a twist about this. If I lost it, would I go out and buy one? 100%, 100%. It's just superb, superb. Oh, cuz, have you actually vaped it? I know you put a build in it, but I didn't. You hadn't vaped it last time I spoke to you. I'm curious to know whether you've actually got round to vaping it yet. Excuse me while I have some furious vaping here. No. So there we go. That's strange. That's we're only, oh my god, we're only to the end of January. Dominic, I'm going to say I think you had a dodgy one, mate. I really do. You said the top cap came off too easy and the juice flow closes too easy. I'm not saying you're wrong. Mine's doesn't have that issue. But then you're a ham-fisted son of a gun, so... But I respect your opinion, my friend. I truly do. Glad you're enjoying it, cuz. Anyway, there we go. Can we have a HAR V2? It would not be called a HAR V2. It would be called the Mark II. That's what it would be called. Anyway, right. Moving on here. Craftsman. That Craftsman was a good mod. Could be a bit rattly. The Blaze AIO. There was nothing really wrong with that as such. It just wasn't for me, I must admit. The Pulse AIO V2. Now. Put that there. It really was the year. Is this fair comment? This year for China products was pretty impressive. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there was a lot of people that had issues with, and me as well, with the condensation going down that inner door. Obviously, I bastardized mine, and I took a Dremel to it, so I don't actually have that panel anymore. I regularly use this device. I don't know how much it goes for now. I still think it's a good device. And the RBA that came with it is pretty much it's got a lot in common with some other RBAs that were slightly more expensive, shall we say. The RBA that came with it was excellent. Unless you wanted to do mouth to lung. Todd and his Dremel. Yeah, I mean the Dremel's there for a reason. You need to use it. But yeah, the Pulse AIO V2 was something I really liked and still use. Leave the broccoli alone. Leave the broccoli alone, please. Hiya, Ghost. Dominic, I saw it at £60 the other day. I mean, that's the thing. The Raga by Aspire and that AIOV, they're both about the £50-60 now. If you want to get into borrow mods and borrow gear, the Raga and Vandy Vape are both excellent, in my opinion. Cuz, and give Ferris a cuddle for me, please. Dominic, you just should not be allowed anywhere near a Dremel. Right, what else have we got here? The Pipeline box by Arcana Mods. I like that, but shape-wise, styling-wise, it wasn't for me. But it was a good mod. The Evant RTA by Hussar Vapes, I still have here. That. And I still use it. Yeah, it's a very good RTA. I do like it. Why it hurts to say China has good devices? Why? So, I'm sorry, but are you Mexican? I mean, I can't understand a word you're saying. Is English not your first language? Like me. Witchode, why does it hurt to say China has good devices? Mate, that's a throwback to the days when China didn't make vape devices. I mean, when China started making vape devices, they started making their own stuff first, and then they started copying and cloning, but they were always kind of not that great. But there was a lot of gear that was. But I think, I don't know how to put it. That for me, it's more a joke than anything else. We were actually discussing this earlier on today. The strange thing is that in my mod collection here, going back over a decade, possibly a couple of my favourite mods that I have here are made in China. A couple of my favourite RTAs are made in China. I would never have been able to say that years ago. Now I can, and that just shows you how things have changed. Infinite mods. I don't really get anything from infinite mods, John. Or have I? I don't think I do. Mick the San. I've got a San up there as well. I've got a San that I do use. It's the latest one with the DNA 80C board. I decided to keep that one. The San's very, very good. Todd of St. Patron, people might not understand your sense of humour. Listen, coming from an Egyptian, that's fucking, come on. Like you even have a sense of humour. You know you're my favourite, Mo. You know you're my favourite. Anyway, Hussar. Now, we're into February. There's the Sigma. The Sigma. I didn't think this out. Oh, I'm going to be doing that a lot, I think. Up close. The Sigma by Tony Tuffin. Not by Tony Tuffin, Mod's House. This is... Listen, Squonkins, for a lot of people, is just something that's it's dead, it's gone. For a lot of people, Squonkin is still a thing, and we love it dearly. Thing I liked about this mod is that you got another panel for it, and I've forgotten how to get this panel off now. You got another panel for it that actually covered all this over, and it meant that you could use this mod as just a standard regulated mod. We've seen it before over the years. People have done that before, but Tony did it in such a way that, in quite a stylish looking mod, I thought. Very German in style, that's just my humble opinion. Yeah, I love this, and it's got nothing to do with the fact that he made a couple of doors with Todd's reviews on it, but it was a very, very clever mod. Tony's had a cracking year. He's done well. He's put out some great stuff. Anyway, we invented sense of humour, and I'm not Egyptian. Vapor, Sir. good afternoon. You've lost weight over the summer, Mark. I've not lost summer. I can barely get out the shed door now. Yeah, Bob. These are the words I was looking for. Lots of tea fun box in there, and Dominic's the same, and Wicho's just being, what, just. I'll tell you, between Mexicans, Egyptians, and I mean, it's just, we've got a breakdown in communication here going on. We really do. Andy, I'll get to that in a second. Right, we're down to nearly the end of Feb, and there's a few things here that I still have. This was the year for me for Italian modders. Now here's the thing. It's like Italian cars, and I may get shit for this. But this is Wicho. Just so you're aware, this is going back in time. This is from ye olden times in the vape game, where we used to make fun of the Italians and their wiring and their mods. We used to say that every Italian mod that you bought always came with a fire extinguisher. It's just old jokes from back in the day. Now, Art and Mod and SVA have for me personally, have really, yeah, they've got their eye. They know what they're doing. The Limitless is, now there was a previous Limitless, but for me, whilst this is beautiful, it's absolutely gorgeous, the fact that you can now strip this down, you can take the shell off, you can take the tubes off. The DNA 60 board inside is held in a self-contained carrier system. They've just really stepped their game up, and that goes for SVA as well. But the Limitless is, I think this is absolutely stunning. I really do think it's absolutely stunning. And yes, I'm consider myself very, very lucky to have been. I mean, I got sent that. So yeah. Ben, I've got the 38 special here. I never did a review for the 38 special. Because the main man sent it on as a gift. But he asked me not to review it because he's busy enough as it is, and quite frankly, he doesn't need a review from me. And I can't remember if that was this year or not. But that's my 38 special, 21700. And yeah, Charles was very, very kind and very nice to me to send that on. And it does get used a lot. It does get used. The fact that it's actually soaking just now. Borrow tanks don't leak, by the way. It's obviously condensation from the shed that's caused that. Oopsie. Jim VV does his reviews. Excellent. Very happy for him. Jay, my audio is low as fuck. No, it's not. I've got you're the first person to mention it, and I've been going for 40 minutes, my friend. Turn your volume up. Right. And if it is too low, then consider that a blessing, because the last thing you need is my voice coursing through your house. No special mention of the e-hook. No special mention there. The BMM group open, I have no idea. I literally have no idea on that. Yeah, anyway, here we go. We're We're still moving. The Emporium mods. I had a few Emporium mods through my hands this year. I kept the narrow 60. I'm pretty sure I kept the narrow 60. Did I? Or did I? I kept one. I always keep that one Emporium mod because I like Yondon. He's a nice guy, but I can't remember which one it is I kept, and I can't see it. Right, scrolling through this is, and remember, if there's anything else that you think excelled this year, then shout out, please. Isla Habib, I think that's correct. That's excellent timing because I am just about to mention the Sturdy One RBA by Sturdy Manufacturing. I've had several. He sent them. Joe sent me on. He sent me 4 in total. 2 of them got given away within Patreon, and I've kept the 2 from the latest batch. I personally, and as always, this is my take on something. It may differ to yours, and I have no issue with that. If you don't like something and I do, then it just means you're wrong. It just means we have different tastes. Would be right if you give me a which is better with RDL, Sturdy RBA or Nutsu without Cortex chamber? I know I always say this and I get into trouble for saying this. I'm pretty sure I covered it in the review for the Nutsu. I thought that the Nutsu, on the looser side of, on the looser side of RDL and DL, I thought the Nutsu excelled. I really did. I thought it really did excel. Yes. I still have my Nutsu and I still use it regularly, and I think it's a fantastic RBA. The Sturdy, if I was going for just regular RDL and tighter RDL, then I would go for the Sturdy. Also with the Sturdy you have the added bonus of the capacity and the tank. The capacity you get when you're using the Sturdy is phenomenal. It is just superb. I actually think it's a tremendous RBA, and that's just my take on it. But so there you go. I hope that helps in some shape or form. Neil, how many mods have you taken apart and something went wrong when you put it back together? Nearly all of them. I'm not plugging my Patreon here. I'm not. Don't join my Patreon. It's shit. I'm ripping people off, taking their money, and they get very little back for it. There you go. Don't join it. But yeah, when something comes in, I unbox it, and more often than not, I usually take it to bits, and more often than not, something goes wrong. I usually get round it and I get it back together, and then that's it for review. I'll use it for a week or so and then do the review. In my time, I have is there anybody under 8? Would anybody mind if I swore? I've royally fucked up some stuff in my time. Big style. I think my first two lipo mods that I will not mention the name, who makers of, I disassembled the mods, and when I was putting them back together, I managed to short them both out and just fried the lipo packs. One of them had an RBA, and it didn't have a 510 thread on it, and I couldn't find the adapter to pulse the coil, and I couldn't be bothered, so I thought it would be easier if I just took my blowtorch and just passed the blowtorch over the coil on the deck. there was a little puff of smoke eventually. That little puff of smoke was the insulator, and I hadn't even done the review yet. So yes, things do happen. Things do happen. Ben, Andrew, yep. Will you be getting the new 3D printed Delro? I've got a 3D printed Delro. That one. I was one of the testers for the mods. I never reviewed it as such because it was a Did I review it? I can't remember. It was a prototype. So yeah, I've got a 3D printed one there. A shoe would vape better than a Nutsu. No Pure Max mention. Listen, the Pure Max, the SX Mini. When I did my review, when I got the first one, I was given one last October, was it, at Vape Expo, not the Hall of Vape, but Birmingham. I was given one there, a pre-release version. Never leaked. Then they gave me a production one, which I reviewed, and it never leaked. No problems. Then they sent me the latest ones with the juice. You can close the juice flow on it and whatnot. And it leaked, and the juice went into the mod, the battery, and yeah. Now I know that other people had leaking issues with the device previously, but I could only review what I had, so I never had any issues. I never reviewed the latest version of the pods because within 48 hours the thing just leaked. So that was the end of that. So yes, there we go. Cheryl, the Sub-Zero RDA, that's an old one though, isn't it? That's going back some. I'm pretty sure that's going back some. Yeah, Cheryl, I remember, did it not come with, was there a mod that came with, oh no, I'm pretty sure I reviewed that. Okay, here we go with, no, right, we're into March here. Let's get down here. Right, the Limelight side by side. I still have, I still use, I still like it. I still think that Daeon's an absolute deviant and possibly should be locked up and shouldn't be allowed to speak to other people. I'm a Limelight fanboy. What can I say? I'm a Limelight fanboy. I have lots of Limelight mods, and that's about all I can say in that one. It would be anything else I would say would be it's bias. There's a lot of biasm goes on in here because I consider him a friend, but it's a very, very good mod. Yeah, that's all I can tell you in that. And he finally got round to doing a threaded part for here. It only took me 3 months of moaning at him to make it, but he's not a bad lad, really. The next one is I actually threw the battery battery cap on the floor. Oh no! Oh no! How does that happen? How does that happen? I swear to God, it's like, does anybody else have a shed? Do you work in your shed? If you do work in your shed, you will know that the floor of a shed is actually connected to the Bermuda Triangle or a black hole. One or the other, or both the same. I don't know. I swear to God, the battery cap just dropped. And it's nowhere to be seen. Anyway, we'll get back to that. I commissioned this to be made. I asked for this to be made for me. I paid for the materials for it. I will be honest, I paid for the materials. If mods are, I have 3 if mods now, and they are some of the best mods that, not just the way it looks for me, but inside. The way it's made inside is possibly prettier than the outside. This was a carbon fibre block, and it's one of my favourite mods. And that's about all I can tell you on that. I better leave that out so that I can find. I may never use it again because I can't use the battery cap, but it was for a very long time. Well, since it came in March, one of my favourite mods. How does that happen? I need a vape. Best mod of the year, hands down. Shell just has the RDA. It is so old that I should put it in a museum. I thought you were talking about me for a second there. Limelight is the Audi of modern makers. Yes. Dominic liked the if mod so much that he sold it. After he put a big... oh, look at my lap. Oh, good call. No. No, it's not there. Megta, hello. Who else have we got here? Rudolph. Where is the review of the Steam Pipes Cocoon? Oh. Don't be coming in here with all your guns blazing. You could at least said hello. Cheryl. Right. There we go. I'm scared to go wheeling about now in case I run over my battery cap, which expensive. Here we go. This is the Man Cave Mix Squonker. Seriously, I mean, Tim, for the love of I mean, could you not have come up with a better name, mate? I mean, the Man Cave Mix Squonker. Say what you see. I mean, just say what you see. I mean, mate, I do like Tim an awful lot. Tim's been making mods for a while now, and for me, this is his crowning glory. This is one of the best switches on any squonker I have ever used or owned. It is just a delight. It's a tiny little squonker. For me, there's very, very few old school mod makers about. Proper cottage industry. You know, for a lot of folk, it's just possibly a sideline. They've got 95 jobs to do as a hobby in their spare time. Tim invests. Would I say he invests? He buys lots of toys for his shed. He's got a full. It's like a machine shop, and I'm gushing now, but it's superb. It's a work of art. I don't care if you don't like it. I think it's just brilliant. Who have we got? Mike, thank you for your review. I'm still rocking my Asylum with the Danny Micro. Excellent choice. There's a couple of mods Bob lusts after, but he doesn't do mechs or squonks. Weirdo. Right, what else have we got here? The Arc sign by Vape Monster. I still have. And the Posh Pico. I mean, there was a bit of flack about this one. It was. Hang on, come to daddy. I bought my Posh Pico. I think this cost me close to 500 once it got here and I'd paid for. I can't remember. It's in the review. And the pot. I somebody said Posh Pico in Patreon, and then I kind of kept using the expression Posh Pico. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I really do. I think it's stunning. So there, yeah, there we go. There's the Posh Pico. The Posh Pico. Taste is a funny thing. It's a very funny thing. Pop that back up there just now. Who have we got? Never see crows around here. No 20 crawing. Tim's customer services are second to none. This is very true. Jesus. Billy. The Picante and Cocoon have been brilliant so far. Picante I've never tried. I've never tried it. The Cocoon. I should really have picked one up at the Hall of Vape. So here's the thing for you. When I get something to test, I have to use it. And at the Hall of Vape, I'd been vaping RDL for the few days I'd been out there. And the thought of buying something and having to do mouth to lung for the next week, I just couldn't be arsed. I just didn't want to do mouth to lung for a week. I'd had enough of mouth to lung for a while. So that's the only reason I've not tried it. But there we go. Ben, I didn't watch the review. Was the Megan any good? Watch the review. The P tank, the P tank's a strange one. Yeah. They make good gear, the Voodoo guys. I mean, they do make good gear, but I'm still not convinced about the whole P tank thing. So yeah, there we go. The Minikin pod was it's just a pod system that I just got rid of. I'd actually used it since. Well, the thing was, I had the Minikin pod system as modus one since last October. I had a prototype and I'd been using it since then. The coils are tremendous. The device is tremendous. It's really, really good. It's like an old Asmodus mod. It's just been shrunk down. It's very good. Right. The Zen I never kept. I never kept the Zen because it wasn't for me. Was it a big pain in the ass setting up a vertical coil? No, not really. But the time and the cotton that you used, I don't think the trade-off was there. I really don't. Right. Here we go. The Orion Pico. The Beater V3 Squonker by Modmaker, by Rick. Did I give that away to somebody? I think I gave that away. Or did I? No! Come here. Come here. I kept the. I gave the 21700 away. And I kept the 18650. And it's by Modmaker. Big shout out to Rick, because Rick's one of the. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, is our Rick. So yes, go watch the review. I kept that. We're getting there. We're getting there. Right. The XR Nano by SVA. This goes back to what I was saying about the Italians earlier on. Oh, hang on. Pop that there. This is not the mod that I'm supposed to be showing you. What I meant to do. I meant to get this down and this down at the same time because I wanted to mention the Italians and how they've improved stuff and whatnot. This is the XR. This is obviously by the wee turtle man art and mod. This is actually 21700. I've kept this because I think it's a superb borrow mod. Absolutely superb. But the XR Nano by SVA. These guys have just so upped their game. They really have. They've just so upped their game. Both of these mods can be stripped right down. I mean, stripped right down. They're just, yeah. And be careful when you're stripping down the 21700 and don't do what I did and absolutely fuck it up. But that's a whole other story for another time. So I'm going back to my bed. Are we not done yet? Can we go? It's getting awfully hot in this shed. P-Tank is a mess. Bought from PRC Drop and came with medicine. Both had magnet issues and with the bottom tray. Yep. The Simi system I'll come back to. What's a good borrow mod that takes coils? A borrow tank. I mean, technically, and there's the shift borrow, as Nick says, with VC coils is very good. So there you go on that. Johnny, where's the fire button? No, it's just one side. You think it's, but it's I'll clicky on that side. That's just for decoration. Yes, very happy about the Italian gear. Very, very happy. The Snowdrift stuff, Snowcap mods, I have got both of them. And I'm too fat and bone idle to oh, Jesus Christ. I've got one here. I like Dan's stuff. It's just honest. And that's what I like. But is it the poshest, smartest gear I've ever seen in my life? No, it's not. Is it reasonably priced, made by a good guy that offers fantastic customer service? Definitely. This is the, I forget what this one's called now. What was this? The Snowdrift 21700. No, this was the 18650. Was it? No, this was 21700. He uses the Yeehee boards, which I don't mind, I must admit. I tend to put them in novice mode all the time. I don't know what Dan's up to just now. I know that both of these mods were just April. That was 2 new mods. His squonkers are really good as well. I do like his squonkers, but yes. And you can see there, if you're in doubt, Dan's, it's well known that, and this is a thing, I'm going off on a tangent here. Which I was going to say at the start. The thing about this year for me is that a lot of people have been moaning about innovation and there's no innovation. Which to a point I disagree with, but the thing that I liked this year was that like the Italian mods that I've shown you, they're being designed with the consumer in mind, and that the consumer can break the mod down, take the broken part, get a new part, and replace it themselves more often than not. Or they're no longer glued together. Well, not glued glued together. So that the only way that it can be repaired is by sending them back to the manufacturer. Most mods now are being made in such a way that they can be repaired in country, if you like. And I think that's a huge improvement, a massive improvement. That's just my opinion. Dan did go back to the States. Which is fair comment. And yes, Bob, I agree. Thanks to Dan. He was the man that led the way on that one for sure. Right, we're almost there, guys. Scroll down a bit here. So we've got the .aio X by .mod. I actually have one in front of me here just now that has a who'duycallit, a sturdy one inside it. I still think the .v2, .mod v2 is a better mod. I think it's a better mod. If I wanted to use the dot system, I would buy a .v2. There you go. That's my take on it. And as always, you're quite entitled to disagree. The Pinhead RBA by Voodall, I still have and I regularly use. It's behind me. Yeah, it's very good. It's a very good RBA. No two ways about it. You forgot the Reload S. I didn't forget it. I just don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore. That's why I've not mentioned it. I don't have it. It was good though, wasn't it? I wish it was 22 though. I wish it was 22, but it was a very good RBA. Who we got? Oh, I suppose I should really... yes. The Squonk Bot by Obey Robot from South Africa. It's a very, very angry man. A very angry man. And he's bigger than me. And is probably going to beat the living shit out of me next time I see him. I love Craig to bits. He's just brilliant. This is their first mod, and I was over the moon to get to show this off. Yes, yes, I was going to go off in one and go down a road and start talking about things, but you don't need to hear all that shite. So yeah, there we go. Let's keep going. The Diplomat RDL RTA, which I reviewed back in the 27th of May and is now just been available. If you like the Diplomat, the mouth to lung one, you'll love this one. It's a belter. It's an absolute belter. There you go. That's yes. That's about all I can say on it. It's an absolute cracker. Watch the review. I would highly recommend it. Here we go. The Atlas by Advanced Mods. I still have. I'm not going to lie. One of the main reasons I keep it is because Uncle Darren from Armour Mods was involved with this one, the Atlas. I think Darren's one of the greats from the business, the game, who has made some amazing stuff over the years, and yes, That's mainly why I keep a lot of my gear, is because more often than not, how I feel about the modder more than the mod. Anyway, there we go. The Jacka RTA, I've kept that as well. Where are you? I just cleaned that. I just took the coils out yesterday. The Jacka. I keep this for cloudy purposes. It's very cloudy. It's very cloudy. The whole the RDL deck, as they called it and whatnot, forget about it. This thing is meant for two huge feckin' beefy coils and all the power and lots of vapor, and that's where it sings. It really does. Where we go? Oh, the side by 60 by Submonkey. I didn't actually keep that. The Dope R by VWM. Yes, I kept that. Yes, I kept. I've got. There's my my dope and my doper. My dope and my doper. I'm curious about the people that have had both. What's your take? Do you think the doper is far superior? Or do you think they vape the same? What's your take on it if you own both of them? I'm always curious about these things. It's strange. The last person's opinion I would listen to would be mine, but I love listening to other people's opinions. Andy, yes. Craig has anger issues. oh, he does. He does. Oh, here's trouble. Here's Tone Home. Right. We're okay now. We've got a gobby American in chat. That means I can sit back and just vape for a wee while, because he'll just do all the talking. I mean, he can't help himself. Dominic, I had the dope. I thought it was a very well made RBA, but it was a pain to wick. Okay. Megtas, I think it was the same. Yeah, I must admit, I thought, well, it's all in the review what I thought. And yeah, it's more. I was just happy to see Costas putting something else out. Anyway, there we go. Right, we're almost done. Oh, here's a beauty. Where have you gone? It'll be filed under S for sexy. Okay. I love watches. Absolutely love what I've got a thing about watches. I really have. And the ProMaster by SVA is obviously ProMaster, the watch. The design cues on it, everything about this mod, it's just I love this device a great deal. You really knocked it out the park with this one. You really I mean, it's strange because at that point, and when he released it, which was, when was it? 14th of June, 2 months ago. I actually thought that regulated mods were just a thing of the past as well. Everybody's just doing borrow stuff. I mean, come on. But I think it was a brave move of him to go with this, and I think even he was surprised by how well it did, and it deserved it. It really did deserve it. So anyway, It's a gorgeous mod. Have you bought a ProMaster watch yet? No, I've not. But they were doing, there was a deal. They were doing a deal on the latest one, the latest version of it. But it doesn't come with the scuba tank anymore. So I really want one. I like the titanium. I'm talking about watches. I'll shut up. I'll shut up. Right. Oh, we had the Evo 2 by Tech Division. I'm not going to say anything about Milo. Milo is one of my favourite modders because he's barking mad. He's a lunatic, and as most people know, I'm a huge fan of Tech Division gear. He's he's one of there's only less than a handful of modders that when they do something, I stand up and pay attention, and he's one of them. He really is. The Oval by El Cigar is there. Very nice mod, but it's another P-Tank mod. And as much as I like the mod, the firing button's absolutely superb. The location of the fire button. I've actually, this side-by-side, he's got a new side-by-side El Cigar, and it should be here this week. I just, once again, P-Tanks. I'm just not sold on the P-Tank stuff. The San DNA 80, which I have here in my little I'm going out and about pile of gear. I keep them up there. It's a good mod. It's a good mod. I think it's a good mod anyway. And the DNA 80C, I don't know, the 80C, the C boards, the 60C, as, nah. Yeah, I'll keep going. Right, the AIO Bomber is here. And just to clarify, if you have an AIO Bomber, just know that if you have a red button, it means you're cool. If you have a blue button, it means you've never had sex before. It's just one of these things, unwritten things. Just putting that out there. It's brilliant. It's a cracking wee mod. It really is. The Ambi Slim. Now this is a tremendous little mod. I love the fact that he's got a USB-C underneath the panel. I mean, let's face it, you're only going to connect to eScribe once in a blue moon anyway, so it's no big deal taking the panel off. The adjuster for the battery. The print quality was superb, and it's tiny. It's not a tinny, but it's tiny. And I like XJ a lot, and this is, he always sends me stuff with crowns all over it, and that's why I always let them go. But he sent me something without crowns all over it, and I'm so happy it was this one because it's such a good mod. Such a good mod. Andrew, two division, Eddie, even Martin. Any news from the regulated borrow? It's not happening. It's not happening. He's doing this instead. That's a prototype. It's a 3D print. The retail ones, the production ones. The retail ones will be different materials. So yes. So there you go, Martin. Sorry, I really wanted the regulated. I mean, that's the Aurora. What Martin's talking about was this was a mech borrow mod by ModForge, which is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But Really wanted a regulated one, but yeah, he's not doing it. The Force RTA, I actually let the Force RTA go because, well, I said everything in the review, but it wasn't really for me. It wasn't really for me. The .aio V2 Nero, I still have. I actually let my .v2 go, my G10 version, and I decided to keep this instead. And it was just, I actually prefer the standard V2. I'm not going to lie, I prefer the standard V2 because the doors are a bit bigger on this. But because Joe has been kind to me, I felt it was only right to support him by keeping one of his mods. There you go. That's the simple reason that I have this, and I let the other one go, is to support the modder, really. Because he's minute. I don't. The mod and the one you showed for a while ago makes me think there's a big market for going back to a more traditional style. Yes, I think you're right in that, my friend. Eddie, how you been getting on with the mix of 5 custards you put together? Oh, my mix of 5 custards. Yeah, there we go. That's 5 different custards I had lying about the shed, and they're now in here. It actually tastes quite nice. Where are we? The Icon P by MVB Production. I actually still have that here. Once again, it was a P tank and it was a make. It's a really well made little borrow mod though. Not borrow, P tank mod. It was really well made. And he does have a regulated version coming out, which is MVB Production. Oh, right, here we go. Death Wish and Monarchy, the Summer Scepter. I still have. Those of you that have seen the Facebook today, I have been posting pictures of it. How are you going to put this politely? The gentleman behind Death Wish stays not far from me. And he owns a vape shop in Edinburgh. And I have all the time in the world for him. He's just, those of you that know AMS, and he's just one of life's gentlemen. I've got to say that the actual RBA surprised me. I have enjoyed using it, and I think the thing that really caught me off guard with it was the fact that even though it's a bit, some people would call it tacky, okay? You know, you got the death mask on it and all the crown and all this stuff going on. I thought the same, but I really like it because it's amazing how much it jazzes up an RBA having all that tat on it. This is not a good advert. I'm really sorry. I really like the RBA, and I'm glad to see Death Wish. You know, you've got the Rift as well. I just like to see a nice guy doing well. It's as simple as that. Grants and friends. Joe Sturdy is awesome. Do you still have your pink dot mod? No, I don't. He doesn't know my technical. He doesn't know that my doorbell works. Yes. So there we go. Right, we're on to the semi system, which I actually. That's what the Death Wish Summer was in this. I've just actually cleaned it out and put it back in the shelf. I do have the Geppetto on the way, so I'll be doing a review for that. I still have high hopes for the Simi system. I think there's a lots of positives to it. I think there's negatives to it as well, depending how invested into the borrow game you are. But I've been using the 12mm tank all the time, and I struggle to fault it. There's a couple of wee niggles, but this was the first one out the gate. This was the, here, we can do this. What do you think of this system? And Geppetto went with it, and hopefully we'll see other people going with it. I think it has legs. I think it has legs. Oh, Mr. Edwards is in chat. Well, Mr. Edwards, did we see Grim with the flow? No, I didn't. My young friend Mo, who is possibly not here anymore, he did tell me about that Grim had done a first look setup type thing. Yes, I've not watched it. I tend not to watch other reviews until I've reviewed the product myself. Most reviewers are the same, to be fair. So there's that. C1, the stubby DNA 60C I've got up here. That's also in my bank of out and about gear. The Ghost RBTA by Mod's House, Tony Tuffin again. That's here. Boink. And he did that shot. Look at the engraving on that. Well, that's actually lasered. That's lasered. He's got one strong ass laser. Yes, this is something that should never have worked. I don't know how it works. Well, I do know how it works, but if you get the wicking right, it is as close to, for me, a rebuildable dripping atomizer in a borrow mod or borrow tank. And it seems to have taken off, and he seems to be doing well with it, which makes me very happy. The 7 tank by Umbrella Mods I am still using and is here. I'm enjoying that still after the review. The K-Fun X Mini by Sfomesto I let go because I don't mouth to lung by choice. I mouth to lung for reviews, but not daily. The Rift I've spoken about. The Danny box by Diecodes. The Danny Micro I've kept. It's here, which is quite strange because those that know me, I have had many Diecodes mods sent on for review. I've bought several and I never keep them for long. This is the first one that I've really liked. I know it's not a new mod, you know, it's been out for a while, but I really like it. Oh, chat. Oh, Mo's still here. Mark, what's Mark saying? Has anybody seen my glasses? Oh, there they are there. I was curious on your opinion what you would recommend for a long time vapor but a first time borrow mod buyer to purchase. Best mod RBA to start with. Depends on your budget, my friend. It's a big old hole. If you're just wanting to get in there, as Dominic has just said, the Raga by Aspire, you can get in the UK for £50. Yes. There you go. There you go. That's a great place to start. Daniel is a borrow Cabile. Yes. Dominic, I did see the list of chimneys that are supported by Geppetto. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right in that one. Tim, you should have been here. Because, Tim, my dear friend, I was telling people how wonderful you are. And how awesome you are at making mods. I had nothing but nice things to say. And you weren't here to hear them. and you'll never know if I'm telling the truth or not. If you never find the F1 battery door, I'll buy the mod off you. Ian Thomas is absolutely right. The Vandy Vape RBA is brilliant. Is really, really good. Okay. That is about that. So, I need to have a vape because I've been talking too much. Can somebody else talk for a wee bit? Because I need to put this... Sorry if you hear this fan. Tell me if you hear this fan. Is it over for squonking, or do you still enjoy it from time to time? Time to time? Mate. All that. There's about 45 squonkers in there. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And 19 RDAs that I have kept over the years. So yes, I do squonk from time to time. There's a squonker. There's a squonker. There's another squonker. I mean, I love squonking. I do love squonking. If push came to shove and there was money on it, I would say I prefer squonking over anything else. In saying that, I'll not lie. A borrow mod is still my... If I was going away for a couple of days, Delro in my pocket, I'd be happy. That would be me. Those people that know me, have seen and know me well. If I go away anywhere, it's this that comes with me. I always take a lipo Delro with me. So there we go. I got the Limelight Squonker post. I still have my Limelight regulated Squonker there. Squonking me. I'm surprised Squonking's even reached you, Witcho, to be honest. Yes, if I got $9.99 for my Squonkers, I would be very, very happy. I'd be very happy. And there we go. There's Tim. Tim has just dropped in his first spam post of the evening. Well done, Tim. Well done. Right, give me a second. I need to go and find a post somewhere. Mind I told you I was playing with the Death Wish Summer. I wasn't joking. This is what I do in my spare time in the afternoons. Is that I take my expensive gear and I play Lego with it. Very strange man. Very strange man. That wasn't what I was looking for. Right, it was just some people in the Shed Facebook group had put up what they thought was the best for the year, what was their favourite. I'll just read a couple out. Carol Watson, lovely lady. The Limitless by Art and Mod. Rick, who we don't care what Rick thinks because he stays somewhere that's really, really sunny and he likes to tell me how sunny it is all the time. The Real Mods Eclipse. That wasn't this year, was it? That's an old one. Mr. Stephen Harding. the printed Delrose, the new printed Delrose. And if you've got a favourite, now would be the time. Post it up. Let me know what your favourite from the year was. John Taylor said the Ground Cloud Innovations Ambi Slim. Good taste. Mr. Cuz Davidson, who just got one of these, which is a born in the man cave squonker with a shit name, because it's the only name he could come up with in such a short space of time. Yes, he said that was the best thing. Tom said it was the Doper, or the Dope R. Dominic Pelosi said the Simi, the Simi system, Simi mod. David Childs has no taste whatsoever and recommended something that I wouldn't recommend, so I'm not going to say what it was, because I'm rather childish and immature that way. You know I'm taking the piss, Dave. David Childs, the Vape Smarter Crusader. That's his for the year. Dave Tate said the Cthulhu Craftsman. Fred said the Sigma, which I showed you off earlier on, which I really like. Roy Morrison was the SVA XR Nano, which I also showed off earlier on. Dave Thompson, the Balance 2. Peter Edwards, a man of exquisite taste. The SVA ProMaster. Witcho, who is he said the Pure Max. We don't listen to him. Baz Graham, he went with the where did it go? I've forgotten name. The ProMaster. He went with the ProMaster as well. Oh God, why can't I say your name? But what were you eating? Oh my God, what's on his plate? Look at this. I don't know what he's eating, but it's the ProMaster. Oh, now I'm hungry. Very hungry. Was that everybody there? I think it was. I think that got everywhere. Honestly, if I was a custard vapor like you, I would squonk. Yes. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. There's no two ways about it. 11. Mo, I'm not even going to acknowledge you. It wasn't funny the first time. Eddie's going for the Ambi Slim with honourable mention to the Sturdy 1. What you get and the cost factored in. Yes, I would say so as well. Warthog 78, I'm probably saying that wrong. My fave was a raspberry lemon mead that I carbonated. That's fair enough. Zen's going for the Limelight Ultim Squonker with the Typhon BTD. The Typhon or the Typhoon BTD. I never gelled with that. It's one I really wanted to like. I just never clicked with it for some reason. Tim is Tim Lees 100 from Born in the Man Cave. He has a Facebook group. It's public. Anybody can join. He's yes. He makes squonkers. Just saying. Tom's going for the Bomber AIO. Dave's going for the ProMaster. Eddie's going for the Mob Ultra for mouth to lung. You should charge those companies, Todd. I do charge these companies. I charge these companies chocolate. That's what I get. I was half the man you see here now before because they just pay me in chocolate. So that's why I'm such a fat bastard. You should review that Monarchy tank. No, that's never going to happen. Listen, I don't... Modders, I get the mod, I review it, there's no charge. That's how it works. I do the odd pod system every once in a while. I do make a bit of money from that. I've always been open and honest about that. Woodrock Custom. Woodrock Custom. I read about you today. Are you the laddie that Grim was showing off the mech? The mech borrow mod? Was that you? Or am I remembering that wrong? I possibly am. The unreleased Ergo borrow mod from Slice Designs. Or was that the mod? Is that the mod that Grim was showing off? I will laugh my ass off if that is right. Well played. 10 out of 10 if it is. GT Wink, I have no idea where you're reading all this. It was in the Facebook group, Daniel. It was in the Facebook group. Sock Puppet Theatre, Jake Scrapewood. Yeah. I can't comment on it because it's not a mod I know or a company I know. So, Quilly, who pray tell makes squonkers? Squonkers, Born in the Man Cave. I hear that Born in the Man Cave makes squonkers, and they're very good. Andrew, how you doing? Terry's going for the Limelight side by side. Good call. And there we go. That's about it. Righty ho. How long have I been going for? 1 hour and 37 minutes. This is most unlike me. I don't normally yatter for this long because I normally end up boring myself. Long before you lot get bored. Was there any other? Oh, there we go. What's your 3 favourite RBAs? I'll tell you right now. Anything you see here are my favourite RBAs. Whether you know this or not, I have 2 stands. I have a borrow stand and a stand for tanks and RDAs. And I never own more than 10 RBAs at any time. If something comes in that I really like, then something has to go out. So it's always changing. It's always changing. And it's the same with tanks as well. There's stuff comes in. If I don't have a space for it and I really, really like it, then something has to go out. So I never do favourites. I do a video at the end of the year where I show off what I have, but I never do favourites because I just don't. I just don't. What's next after the borrow craze? That's a bloody good question, and I wish I knew the answer. I am not one of these YouTubers that makes predictions and tells you that this is going to happen next because I know more than you and I'm a vaping professional. I'm neither of those things. My hobby is vape hardware. And the reviews I do are I review vape hardware. That's my hobby. This is my hobby, if you like. What the thing that I think is the best thing that's happened for me personally in the vape game, even though I would walk over broken glass to just get my hands on something that had been made in a shed by somebody that is just doing it as a hobby, and they've got their hands on the tools That's what excites me. From a vaping perspective, looking out and what I see in the business and the industry and so on, yeah, there's lots of negatives out there, but I think the positive is that quality gear, nice looking quality gear, is available for not a lot of money now. And I'm not talking about clones because, well, you can take clones and ram them up your arse as far as I'm concerned. I'm not judging you for using them. You use them if you want, but I'll never say anything nice about them. Because there's so much gear out there now that is cheap and is good, and this can only be a good thing for the industry, for the market. So, you know, if somebody wants to get a nice borrow mod, you know, like we were saying, there are nice sub £150 borrow mods now that come with everything you need, and that's brilliant. I mean, that to me, that's an exciting thing, is that you can get good things for not a lot of money. Don't forget to find the F1 cap. Yes, you're absolutely right. The sad news this year is Fev closed down. Yes, there's a few people closed down this year, and it's very, very sad. Very sad. Can we see the pink Delro to finish? There is no pink. It's not pink. It's not pink. It's red. Look. That's red. That's red. If you want to see, like, no, I'm not going to go there. I'll just end up in trouble. I'll just end up. I was going to start taking taking the piss out of somebody, but I'll just get into trouble. And there's another thing. Tim's nailed it as well. And I kind of touched on it when I reviewed I did a video for that as well. It's an old mod. It'd been out for 3-4 years, something like that. There is so much. I mean, this is the thing. RBAs, RDAs, mods, and all the rest of it, at their core, haven't really changed since 2016. Mods have. I have to say, mods have. The way they're designed and built, but they all put power out the same way. If you can find the right sales groups, eBay, Etsy, all these sales places, you can buy gear that was very, very expensive for not a lot of money now. And if you want a bit of posh, you can go out and get it for very little money. That's just the nature of the game. That's just the nature of the game. I hope to see more supercapacitor mods with battery tech. Well, if only I had a dual supercapacitor mod in my hand. That would be amazing. Such a dick. You'll get me into trouble. I'm not supposed to. I've always wanted to get one of those. Is it worth it, Cheryl? I just did a video for it. If you're talking about the Vicious Ant, I did a video for it. Go watch the review. Go watch the review. Yes. Oh, I need to charge that. Anyway. Good. Do you have the... No, I don't have the SVA. Oh, the red one. The Delro. Is the Delro worth it? Oh. Here's the thing. Joe Blogs will tell you that this... Actually, here we go. Some fat bloke in a shed with questionable hair colour will tell you that this is possibly one of his most used mods. and he thinks it's absolutely awesome and everybody should go out and buy one. The reason I'm saying that is because I really like this mod because it works for me. It doesn't perform any better than however many borrow mods I've got. It does the same job, but this one has a lipo inside it, and I like a lipo mod for when I'm traveling. I just choose that. And also, I like Justin. And once again, it goes back to the thing about a lot of the mods I keep. It's not so much about the mod, it's about the modder and my relationship with them. And that's another reason that I have 3 Delros here. Did you like that? Flexing. Just flexing there. I would only recommend that you go out and get this Delro with a lipo in it if you can buy into the lipo game. Sorry, that's no help whatsoever. It's a very good mod. I'll leave it at that. I love it to bits, but getting a hold of one is nigh on impossible. Right, that's me. I've just drank quarter bottle of vodka and I'm pissed. No, hello Matthew. Extremely rare and red, making the sign of the market really awful. Yes, it is telling the missus to wait. Hello, Mrs. Mo. Eddie, that's a discussion for a pub. That's a discussion for over a pint. I love these conversations. I personally find that that Dicode's boards are far smoother than an Evolve board, or a Delro's far smoother than an 18650 borrow mod. Yeah, it's a conversation I can't have without hearing somebody's reply straight away, because there would be a lot of piss taking going on and a lot of laughter and winding one another up. It's something I've heard. You hear it over the. I mean, you've all heard it over the years. People say that a mod performs better. It's smoother. It's and all this. Yes, mascarpone on the exhale. Mascarpone on the exhale. Eddie, please tell me when you're going to be here. I'll be. Oh, I never showed this off. Yes, that came in this year as well. I've not done a review for it. That was another one from El Cigart. This was a little gift from the main man, and I really like this because I just love the block. It's just really cool. So there's that. What else has tickled my fancy this year? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. You'll just have to wait and see. Right, I'm going to tidy up here. If you have any last questions before I go, now is the time to ask them, or forever hold your peace. I need to vape something in the house. I think I'll take the har with me because I like living life dangerously. The Rezo's price tag makes them smoother. Yeah, really. Where's that battery cap? Oh. Anyway, thank you for your service. Listen, if you were here from the start or whenever you arrived and you've put up with it, thank you so much. Each Samuel have a couple of good deals in the Pro Masters. Yeah, they're about 250 just now. I've seen them for 250. Did Disney contact you about being in the Up live action movie? It's just not funny. It's just not funny. What are you watching on telly at the moment? I've just finished Umbrella Academy, the latest season, which I enjoyed. Watching a TV series called Grace, which is a detective program, an old one I think, but I started watching that. What else? The latest season of Snowpiercer. I'm watching Fallout for the second time. I really want to go and see the new Aliens film at the weekend. The Alien film. Romulus. Is it Romulus? I really want to see that. Because I like what the guy did with the last Evil Dead film. So, that's it. Get out camping. We've actually got I've got a motorhome booked for the next couple of weeks. We're heading off in a motorhome. Mayor of Kingston. Thank you, Dominic. I just watched the last season of Mayor of Kingston. Oh my god, it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Grace, they've commissioned a new season. Oh, excellent. Absolutely excellent. Things you can do when you retire. I've nothing polite to say, so I'm going to say nothing at all. Yeah, that's about all that's going on here. What else is? But what I live a very boring life, so that's why I don't normally do these kind of vlogs. I'm listening to a lot of Talking Heads on vinyl. I've moved all my speakers about thanks to Daniel, GT Wincam, Twin Cam, because he made me. What else? Got new pads and discs in my car. I've got a set of Tyne lowering springs going on it. Next week, I got a window regulator because I've not had a driver's window working for the past year and a half, because I just got used to using the sunroof instead. But then the sunroof broke 2 weeks ago, so I thought I would get my finger out and fix the driver's window, and that is the kind of boring life that I lead. And I miss my wee dog. Miss my dog. But that is it. Yeah, Neil, I saw the reviews have been pretty good for it. Been very good for it. But thank you so much. Listen, I couldn't do this if you guys weren't here putting up with my bullshit. There may not be any reviews for a few days because I'm still testing the stuff. So I apologise for that. But I'm going to go because Dom's asking me questions now. How did I get out of this again? Where's the off button? I tell you, Nick, that window stopped. You remember that window stopped working at Shrewsbury. That's on the way up from Shrewsbury. That's how long it's been out of commission for. Absolutely. See, Shrewsbury. Was that Shrewsbury last year? Oh, it's not been a year and a half then. It's just been a year. It's just been a year then. Anyway, Cheryl, I can't do this stuff a week because I literally have zero confidence in the words that come out my mouth. I don't have anything exciting to say, so that's why I tend not to do it. Because I would just bore you to death. I really would. Or I would start playing 80s music and really boring you. But I found the end button. Thank you so much. Been a pleasure.